Namaste to one and all. Respected Dr. Anil D. Sahasrabudhe ji, Honorable Chairman, AICTE New Delhi, Professor P.V. Konnur, President of LIS Academy Bangalore, other team members of LIS Academy Bangalore, my dear participants, principals of various engineering colleges and other institutions, the librarians from various colleges, participants from abroad, and other invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am very much happy and delighted to be in this program. This being the Distinguished Lecture Series number 2, and you have heard about the importance of library, role of libraries in NEP 2020 framework, and distinguished speaker of this program, Professor Anil D. Sahasrabudhe ji, has addressed various issues, and also Professor has given you a lot of implementation challenges, and also you need to think to accommodate yourself as per the aspirations of NEP 2020 and also demanding needs of the present generation. Friends, in my opinion, the library and the librarians are extremely important component in our education system. And also, I was very much delighted to note the comparison made by Honorable AICTE Chairman, the library and the human body parts. The education is extremely important in not only in one's growth, but also in the growth of a nation or a country. And you play, especially the librarians, in all education institutions, a very important role. We have libraries in schools, we have libraries in colleges, we have libraries in universities, and in many of the industry places, and also in some of the innovation centers, and also in all our national laboratories and important research organizations in the country. Now, the present generation needs have changed, and also the way in which they use library have completely changed because of the technology interventions. Now, we need to upgrade our libraries. Not only that, we need to upgrade our librarians' education or the knowledge and the skill set. The librarians, as I said, will demonstrate their capabilities and also improve the quality of education rendered in an institution to a greater extent. In any education system, the librarians, physical director, hostel wardens, NSS coordinators, coordinators of science club, etc. are the best friend of the student community. Librarians and other coordinators I mentioned will be very, very close to the students, and more than as an officer, they will be more close as their friends. Students share their thoughts, students move closely with them. Sometimes they are so close because they would get 1 or 2 books extra from the librarian during the examination time, etc. Now, that kind of a connection between student and librarian will go in a long way in the learning environment. Therefore, librarians, sports director, and other officers like student welfare officer, etc. you work very closely with them, you observe them very closely, and you also need to know their aspirations and expectations. And with the new national education policy in place, we are trying to go towards multidisciplinary institutions. So therefore, the role of library and librarians become extremely important. We have a particular category of classification of books, journals, etc. now. But when you go for multidisciplinary, you have to rethink the way in which you classify your books and articles, because you will be having not only books of your own domain or institution required, books from other domain also. For example, a library in an engineering college not only deals with the books and journals of or reference books, etc., textbooks of engineering education, but also they need to deal with books of physics, chemistry, arts, science, mathematics, medical, other newer technology books, etc. It becomes very extremely challenging to make those kind of articles available, and also it should be known to the students. Therefore, you may have to think about a facility which can aid them easily, which can make them use those books, journals, reference books or textbooks quite frequently. And also you must encourage them to read over and above the academic requirements, because we expect the graduates now to have more knowledge in their domain, and also they must gain skill set in one or two additional domains so that they become a graduate which are needed in the industry, which are needed in the society, or on their own they can also become entrepreneurs of their choice, either in the industry or in the agriculture field or in the business, etc., etc. So therefore, this kind of a learning environment must be created in the library, and you must all implement the technologies in the library. The book service in terms of giving the books, registration of their requirements and taking them back, etc., should be completely handled by a very transparent system of technology. Now already, especially in engineering colleges, you have already these things in place, but now you have to enhance them, you have to increase them. And libraries, not only they give books and serve the students in terms of enhancing their knowledge in reading textbooks or reference books or journals and whatever articles or some of the important books available, books from their domain, books from other domain, books from literature, etc. But also they need to have some more additional facilities created. You must have a good digital library, you must have a good reading place, you must have adequate and well ventilated halls for reading, well furnished, and also a space like makerspace like thing in all the libraries, so that the students are attracted to come to library, sit, they discuss, read and debate and learn in teams. Collaborative learning can happen in the space provided. And also we need to digitize our libraries. We need to interlink all our libraries, because the resources available from one library to other library vary, and also varieties of books can be useful to all the students. They can access remotely and they can borrow and give back to the respective libraries in online. E-resources have improved considerably. E-books are available in various form and publishers. So therefore, we need to interconnect libraries of all colleges so that we break the barrier. the library of engineering college, it should be accessible by the student studying in a medical college or in an arts and commerce college and vice versa. So that kind of a connectivity or collaborations established will go a long way in the improved learning curve of their students. Not only that, it can be open to others also. Like we open library to teachers, professors or research scholars, we can also open our libraries to the parents. All stakeholders can access the resources available. They are passionate about studying something, which they like. It can be open. It could be a membership extended to them, and it can all happen online. And these things will go beyond, and we use the resources available to the maximum extent. And some sort of confidence in the system will come, and they know if this A book is not available in this college, their ward can get same book from some other library available through internet or online, registration. So that kind of a connectivity will help us, and it will help us not only in terms of accessibility and availability, it will enhance the whole world way of learning itself. And Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe compared to this art, it is really true. The library, if there is a failure or if there is a library which is not up to the standards in a college, it means that it has an inferior quality institution. It is my personal opinion. That's how you must have confidence in yourself in developing wonderful library facilities in colleges. And coming back to the role of librarians, we need to upgrade our skill set. You must be a computer savvy. You must know about search engines. You must know about how one can access the various literature or information available. And also, you must be a good guide to your students. When they come to your library, you can watch what kind of material they study, what are his or her aspirations, in what domain they are interested, what kind of textbooks or reference book they are trying to study. So you can have a database of this, like how many students refer to a book written by so and so in structural dynamics, or from a thermodynamics, or from mechanics of structure, or something like that you will have. So you can also easily note that yes, a book written by so and so is becoming more popular, and maybe it is more informative, and students are referring to those kind of books. So therefore you can assess the demand. You can accordingly plan to procure those kind of resources which are useful to the students' community. And also, you can also have some kind of data analytics of student visiting the library. How many hours ERC come and sit here, how much they work. You can monitor them. You can have some electronic monitoring system also in place, and you can have some useful information or a critical derivatives from that kind of a data analytics, which should go as input to my boards of studies or to our university board of studies, so that they can plan accordingly the curriculum. So that means indirectly or directly, the librarians must participate in the design of curriculum. So that is where you will play a very important role. The other aspect is you must be a teacher. So during a student induction program in engineering colleges, normally librarians address the first year students about the facilities available, the procedure of issuing books, returning books, the protocols to be followed, and how many books are available, what are the areas in which books are available, working hours, etc., and about reference all information about the digital library and various other computer access or provisions which are made in the college, how many journals are there, how many of them physically procured, how e-consortium of ETU is working, what are the resources available on e-platform, etc. Such a big lecture. And also about the importance of learning, importance of going ahead with the professional education, etc. are taught by the librarians. So this is normally done in student induction program in engineering colleges. So I would request all the librarians to have this kind of a pattern. When you invite the first year students, when you conduct orientation classes in all the degree or postgraduate classes or even research scholars, librarian must address the student community, freshers when they come to the institution. And also you must make them comfortable with the resources available, and also you can take their feedback. Some of these students who are extremely active in not only in curricular activities, some of the additional skill set, they will also, give you a feedback that, yes sir, these are the type of books which are missing here. This is where, I find interest in this, area or course, you can procure this. So you can take feedback from them over a period of time, and especially in engineering, they stay with you for more than 3 years and 4 years, lateral student 3 years, and the students who come from PUC background 4 years, they stay with you. A very, very, very important time they spend with you, very critical time they spend with you. So therefore, a student-friendly nature of a librarian will definitely mold our students. And also, as I said, since you are very close to them, you will be able to address their personal problems also. That is another thing which librarians should participate throughout during the curricular activities. You can be a guide, very wonderful guide. You can also teach them professional ethics. You can also teach them universal human values. There are various online courses available. I think if you can, go through such kind of a course in Swayam or NPTEL, etc., there are various platforms, and there are various other organizations also teach about professional ethics, universal human values. You can pick. Even AICTE has conducted number of programs on that. VTU also has started a center on universal human value education system. So next, we are going to make a compulsory 2-credit course for the undergraduate program. So you can become a teacher there. You can be a part of that kind of an activity. So you can have that kind of a load on you, academic load on you, to build up the careers of students. So therefore, all these things when put together will help in the growth of education system, not only in this country, across the globe. So if you can able to network our libraries across the globe, I think it will be a fantastic idea to share the resources. And therefore, if you want to realize the aspirations of NEP in 2020, NEP 2020, we need to work together as a team. Not only that, we need to pick up newer technologies and upgrade our knowledge and skill set, so that we are very proficient in the usage of computers and information science, and we also have up-to-date knowledge to guide the present generation. Otherwise, they have definitely some information. So sometimes they are ahead of us in using the electronic gadgets and the laptops or palm tops or even smartphones. So therefore, it is extremely useful and helpful to learn the technology. For example, if you are able to develop some mobile apps, of course, along with the departments, a professor who is good in any kind of subject, he can develop some mobile apps or some information which can be given to the library. So librarian can send across to all the students as an educational material to learn, maybe during their tea break or coffee break in the college, etc. So some small 5 minutes or 6 minutes, learning material can be sent through WhatsApp or various platforms as mobile apps. They will be very useful. So within 5-6 minutes, they will able to learn a theorem or a practical application or some importance of the technology which has been recently invented or launched on, etc. So that kind of a 24/7 work culture must be there in libraries. Then only I think it is an important part. The role of library and librarians is completely justified. So therefore, I wish that you stay relevant and make very useful improvements in your skill set, especially in the usage of computer technology, and try to learn more on the various softwares or the applications available, especially in library science, and make use of ICT, information and computer science technology, to enhance your own skill set and knowledge, and also extend same to your student friends. With these few words, I once again thank you all for hearing me, and also I thank LIS Academy Bangalore for giving me an opportunity to share some of my thoughts on this very special day. With these few words, once again I thank you all for hearing me. Thank you.